Hi, I'm Rob and this is Gems of War. In this video I'm showing you my team I'm using for the faction assault on the Umbral disc, as well as a couple more teams as well in case you don't have the troops I'm using for that. These faction assaults are really worth doing because you get extra stuff, you get extra attempts at the delve, which is nice, and in the shop I would also recommend picking up, if you can, the tier 4 weapon. It's pretty cool. The Umbral Tome deals, in my case, 43 damage to all enemies, boosted by Umbral Stars, but for now I'd almost forget about that boost by Umbral Stars. There's only a couple of troops in the game at the moment that create them, so, and even when they're cast and they appear, they tend to disappear again, so it's not very rare there's any Umbral Stars actually left over to boost the weapon. So if you do get this weapon, don't rely on the boost, just think about it as that base damage as what it does. But it's still very nifty, and in the team I'm using we can boost that damage sky high as well at the same time. Right, I've done a few fights already because the first fights were just super easy and there was no point just showing me casting one weapon to wipe out the entire team and just carry on. So I've done quite a few of the levels already just to make it more interesting, and this is the team I'll be showing in a minute. If you don't have something like Shabani Vespera, I'll show an alternative team here, or two. Two teams you could do with this really easily, because we use purple and yellow, are a 3 times Finesse and an Nimbus Bow or Staff of Storms team. Finesse is a really cool troop. Deals 42 damage in my case to an enemy and a random enemy, and if the enemy uses yellow mana, deal double damage, and if there's a storm, give 6 mana to all other allies. But it's the gift of Finesse there at the bottom, which is the main thing about this. Give 4 to all skills on all Strix allies when matching 4 or more gems. And the fact that we've got 3 of these in the team, that will be triple the effect. So that is really good. And that damage goes sky high really quickly and is super effective. So 3 times Finesse. And the weapon you're going to want with that is either the Staff of Storms. That's the one I actually prefer myself out of the two. I do prefer the style of mana generation of exploding gems as opposed to transforming gems. This is more reliable to me. When you explode gems, you know exactly what you're going to get. You can see clearly where you're going to get some mana from. And this has a summon as well, which is nice. So that's my first choice of weapon to go with, the 3 times Finesse. If you don't have that, then you can't go far wrong with the Nimbus Bow either, which deals damage to an enemy boosted by Strix allies, and then creates a mix of 6 blue and yellow gems for each Strix ally. So that is good. That can sometimes miss though. What I mean by miss is the mana or the colour change doesn't line up, and you can sometimes not get any mana at all from that just by pure fluke, where on the other one, the Staff of Storms, you are pretty much guaranteed to get some mana. So that's a good second choice if you don't have Staff of Storms. So the hero in first place, followed by 3 times Finesse, and you're going to want to make sure you're in the Stormcaller class for that team. For the reason being, you want a Light Storm, which is yellow, so creates a lot more yellow for Finesse to get, and that is the way to roll with that team. Another really basic team, which is going to be super effective still, is basically a quick kill team with High King Iron Gut. If you've got Iron Gut, then you probably know all about the way to use him in delves. He deals damage to an enemy with a chance to devour them equal to his attack. So you can instant kill people, just make sure they're not immune to devour first, and he gains an extra turn as well. What I would do with this is have him in first or second place with Thrall, Leprechaun, and then any weapon of your choice. It's like you'll cast Leprechaun from the beginning, then Thrall. If High King Iron Gut is not charged up already, then cast Iron Gut and get really quick, easy kills. But the team I'm using here, this is one of my exotic style teams. It's super easy to use and really effective. We're using the Umbral Tome in first place. It deals 52 damage for me to all enemies boosted by Umbral Stars, which are never there. Shabani Vespera is the key to this, and what she does is gives, in my case, 23 to a random skill on an ally, then creates 9 gems of their mana colour, then repeats this 2 more times for random allies. The important thing about this team is we're only using purple and yellow on everybody apart from a tiny bit of blue on Vespera herself. So what this means is when we cast this on the first opponent, on the first ally, we're going to get a guaranteed load of purple or yellow. Typically purple more times than most, because that's what we have the most throughout the team. And the way her spell works is it can't really go wrong on that boost she gives. When it gives 23 through a random skill on the ally, if it goes on my attack, then that is good, because skeleton will be charged quite often in this team as well, and then that creates 7 skulls and gains armor, which we don't care about, but does gain an extra turn. So if those skulls match and we get extra and we get damage from that, then good. If we don't, we can match them up or just cast Vespera again. And if Vespera's boost goes on the magic instead, then that is good, because now we're going to be doing 75 odd damage initially to all enemies. So that's really good for that. It's only slightly wasted technically if it goes on armor or life, but you'll see how it works. It's really, really simple. I've put this Umbral Tome in there. Umbral Tome, Umbral Portal, just to show how the Umbral Stars, which you would think would be a good mix for this, because it's boosted by Umbral Stars, but you'll see when I cast it how generally most of the Umbral Stars do disappear. Because they basically work as a mana generator, and they're the opposite colours of the elemental stars, and I'll show that as well. Right, so banners wise, we're on +2 purple, +1 yellow, -1 green, and I've gone with Archmage's class for this because all the traits and all the talent trees are really, really cool in this. We gain bonus 2 purple from mana, which is really good, +1 magic when an ally casts a spell, and the talent trees: Magical Shield, Dark Hunger, Anti-Magic Sphere, Mana Source, Sudden Doom, Lightning Strike, and Lord of Storms are every single one of them is useful to the team in one way or another. So none of those talent trees are wasted. We get benefit from literally all of those. Right, so let's do the fights themselves. I've done the super easy ones already. We're already into the slightly harder battles. So that's a better way to show how this team works. What you're going to want to do is get the Vespera charged up nice and fast. Even though we've got this ready to cast now, there's no point casting it right away because we need to at least double hit these opponents with that. You can do it that way, but it's generally faster to get Vespera charged up initially. And what we're going to do here now is cast her on the first ally. That creates a bunch of our colours. We didn't get an extra turn from that immediately, or get Vespera charged up straight away then, although that normally does happen. But we can get the colours we need for Vespera again nice and easily by collecting that. And now when Skeleton's ready, you've got 2 choices here. We can, well, 3. You can either do the damage from the Tome, which we don't want to do yet. We want to cast Vespera again onto our Tome, which wasn't again boosted yet. But you can repeat this if you want as many times as you like. She keeps putting it on life at the moment, which is a bit annoying. She put it on life again for the 3rd time in a row. But now we've got that boosted, look, to 110 damage to all enemies boosted by Umbral Stars. So we can do 110 now. That is absolutely enough to one-shot the opposition. And if that didn't get charged up, you know, with the extra boost to the magic, you can cast Skeleton instead to get the damage. It's a free cast, because if you don't get any automatic damage, then you got a free turn to match it up as well. This Faction Assault was a really straightforward one. If you want to do it the quick way, you just go along the bottom there, and then it's just like literally those 3 fights before you get to the Mythic Room. If you want to gain all the rewards so the multiplier is higher, you'd go this way round first to here, finish those off, then come back round here and then do these last rooms before going to the Mythic Room. For the sake of the video, I'll just do the easy route, or the shortest route. So like I say, the key is to get that extra turn, even though we don't use the colours. The key to this is to get a Vespera charged up nice and fast. On the lower levels, you're not going to need to get the Vespera charged up first to be able to just charge that Umbral Tome and cast that straight away. Like, obviously everyone's level is going to be different. Like here, I can show how to do it with Skeleton. There's not many Skull's there, but we cast that, but if it misses with skulls like it did, then it's no big deal because we get an extra turn. So we cast Vespera back onto our tome again. We can cast Skeleton again. We got a free hit out of that, and another one, and another one, and another one. Didn't need to get that, but just grabbed it anyway. Everybody's charged up again apart from Vespera right now, but we can easily do that. No point collecting these when everybody's charged up. May as well just go with Skeleton and get the extra hits. That's a guaranteed extra turn anyway. You can do Skeleton again if you want. There's so many ways you can do this. If you want to just do it while the skull hits the Skeleton, that's fine. It is also, you know, relatively safe to cast Vespera again onto the first ally because you're going to charge. You're going to create all those purple, all those yellow, and we're now boosted on our attack. So Skeleton is the best one to cast here probably. Didn't need to, but it's just for demonstrating how the team works. On the next round, I'll cast the Umbral Portal thing just to show what I mean about how most of these Umbral stars disappear, because you would have thought that this troop is the natural partner for something like this Umbral Tome, because it's boosted by Umbral stars. So, you know, something that creates Umbral stars must be good for it. But as I'll show, I'll try and do it in this one. If we get it charged, most of the stars do actually disappear. So it's going to be very rare you're going to get any sort of worthwhile boost to that weapon. Alright, let's get Vespera charged up. Cast that on the first ally. Right, now we've got that Umbral Portal charged up. I'll show what I mean about how that works now. It's better as a mana generator in this team. It is basically wasted. I think you'd be better off having another single purple ally, like maybe a Thrall, just for backup on extra mana generation, or even another Skeleton would work really well. But I'll cast this just to show what I mean. All the stars appeared, pretty much all of them vanished again, all but one. So the boost on that is going to be +4, so that's not actually anything to worth getting excited about. Right, so we'll cast Vespera on the first ally again, and we can do it again if we want. Obviously we could have cast Skeleton by now and things like that, or just cast this a couple of times and made short work of this opposition. I'm just doing this for the effect of showing how this team can really loop and loop. We're now on 156 damage to all enemies. We could keep going with this if we wanted to and get it really, really high. In fact, let's do it a few more times, see if we can get things a little bit silly. Just for effect. You wouldn't actually do this normally. We're already in the land of being able to one-shot the opposition out of it. She keeps on putting the effect onto armour then, it looked like. She's done it on life then. Oh, that went on magic that time, I think. Yeah, we're now on now on 514 damage to all enemies. I think that'll do. Right, for the last one, I'll just do it at a normal speed to show how this team can be fast when you're not explaining how it works at the same time. But yeah, a really straightforward team to use, and this is going to be powerful enough to take you through all the way through this delve, I think. Right, so we'll be looking for, we'll get any 4 matches which are there anyway. Now Vespera's charged up, we'll throw that onto that one. Like sometimes I don't even look, I know Skeleton's there, but it's just, you don't even have to look half the time. You can just repeat cast this onto the tome, have a look back on it and see if you've got any damage. We didn't get any increase on magic yet, which is annoying. Like Vespera would be handy if you put that boost onto the magic, which it is now. It's on 120. Let's see if we get any luck with the Skeleton, which we did. I'll wipe them out, and then we've got just one opponent left. We're on 188 attack, so any sort of skull hit. And it's a nice easy win. All these different stars now. They're seriously making this game complicated. It's like there's so much going on now. Like as a newcomer to the game, must be really, really hard to actually absorb everything that's going on in the game. But yeah, they're throwing a lot in there, so there's a lot to remember. But hey ho, we've got to deal with it. That's what they're doing. So there's the video. There's the team. It's probably going to be a good enough team to carry you through the whole way through this delve if you so required. And if you found the video useful or helpful, it'd be cool if you liked and subscribed if you've not done so already. But most of all, thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Bye for now.